Hi all, welcome back to another video of CircuitDigest. Today I'm in Bangalore at DigiKey's office and I'm sitting right next to Mr. Ramesh Babu, who is the CIO of DigiKey, and we're going to talk about a very exciting milestone for DigiKey. It is transitioning from a global capability center to DigiKey India. We're going to talk about how this transition is going to impact the Indian electronics market and what kind of opportunities it opens up to the OEMs, manufacturers, engineers, and the general electronics community in India. So Ramesh, thank you so much for joining us today morning.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Great. So before we get into DigiKey GCC and its conversion to DigiKey India, let's get to understand Ramesh a bit more. Like you're the CIO of DigiKey. What is your responsibility here? Can you paint a picture on the things that you handle for DigiKey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I joined DigiKey about 10 years back, and I lead the entire technology portfolio for DigiKey, whether it is from architecture to infrastructure to preparing the company for the future. And I also wear a different hat. So I'm part of the executive team. So when I lead the functional technology team, I also have the responsibility to make sure as a company we perform well, right? So you will see me not just participate in the technology discussions. I have a seat at the table at the executive level to make sure we also make right business decisions, right? And from a technology perspective, we have about 750 people. We own our technology footprint. What I mean by that is we just don't simply buy software, we build a lot of them in-house. So wherever it is differentiating, wherever customer experience is critical to the journey, we invest in that and build it in-house. So we have a huge development team in addition to typical IT team.
That's very interesting. I'm intrigued to learn what this IT team is doing for DigiKey. But before we get there, let's talk about DigiKey's presence in India. If my understanding is correct, back in December 2022, this DigiKey GCC office was started. So what was the vision back then when it was started and how it has evolutionized in the past 3 years?
Yeah. No, for us, DigiKey India is more than just a center for us, because when I saw a lot of companies treat it for a very narrow purpose. So our vision from day one is they are part of our bigger ecosystem. We didn't want to come here to do just one thing. Like I hear about people use India for support and customer service and a very narrow topic. So we always considered this location to be a very strategic hub for India, DigiKey. What I mean by that is we saw tremendous potential to grow in India. So we have a market.
Right.
We didn't have a single person in India. We were seeing double-digit revenue growth in India as well. And then you see this tremendous talent and skilled engineers in the country that allowed us to set it up as a strategic hub rather than coming here for one purpose, whether it is cost arbitrage or anything like that, that I see some of my partner companies do. So it is a strategic hub. This is part of DigiKey. It is not one department of DigiKey. So that's how we set it up. So here we make the team here own decision making. So that is another differentiating vision for us, because we wanted to create every layer of teams, right from the leadership all the way down below for an intern and a fresh college graduate to join. So that allowed us to, like I hear our retention rate here is super high compared to our competitors or our companies, because we have a story to tell. We want people to own and be part of the company. So that's kind of the overall vision for us when it comes to the DigiKey India office.
Right. How does DigiKey differ from others?
Yeah, like when I talk to the potential candidates, they tell us that we want to be part of a company that has a story, rather than like they do join brand name companies, but sometimes good or bad, brand name companies use the talent here as a support hub, right? So they, whenever they have to announce to the market that they have to cut people or add people, they do it without considering the human side of the talent here, right? Whereas our story is, whether here in India or even back in US, we treat our employees as part of the family. We have never laid off in the 52 years history of
Okay.
DigiKey. So when we hire, we take time. It is sometimes frustratingly slow. But the reason is we are really making sure you are a fit because we know you are joining us for the future. You are joining us for life.
Mm.
An average tenure in US is 25 plus. Right, so the people who join never leave us, right? So so we wanted to recreate that in India as well. So far, in the last 3 years, we've been successful with that. We take care of the team.
Okay.
We take care of them holistically, not just about money piece, right? We take care of their health too, their family balance, work-life balance too. So that's kind of the differentiating factor. We are hoping to maintain that and improve upon that.
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about this transition. DigiKey is going from a global capability center to DigiKey India. What does this signify, both in symbolically and in operation wise? What is about to change?
Yeah, it is our, before you run, as I say, crawl, walk, run model, right? So our 3 years has been, because it is completely new for our culture, opening a huge strategic hub is new, right? It's not like you do that every day, right? So we had to really invest to teach us to learn what will click here to keep the talent as part of the family, right? So that took us some time, and I'm happy we didn't jump head first right away. So we had to really learn the legal systems here, the talent availability, our growth potential here, right? So we didn't want to come here for select number of years and go away. So this is a permanent strategic hub for DigiKey, right? And so that the last 2-3 years allowed us to set it up right for us, right? And now I think there is no other constraint for us in terms of growth. We had we had to create a legal entity. That process was long and a little bit bureaucratic. So now all those roadblocks are away. It's Godspeed for us.
Okay, great. So for a customer purchasing from DigiKey or someone who's fascinated with what DigiKey is doing, what does this signify for them? How does DigiKey transitioning from GCC to DigiKey India is going to impact its customers or people who are fascinated about DigiKey?
Yeah. Having a team here allows us to understand the market and the local sensibility, right? Everybody talks about globalization and localization, but you are not local until you are really local, right? So the target DigiKey India is now we are part of the community. No matter what, sometimes the mistakes big companies do is decisions get made from a remote place based on few PowerPoint slides, right? So we wanted to be present here.
Okay.
And that allows us to understand it even better from a customer perspective. What is the market growth, whether it is the AI, whether it is the EVs? Like you get the first-hand knowledge by having your boots on the ground. That is already driving. We have leaders in marketing and they're connecting with the universities. They're connecting with engineering forums. We are in any conference you can see where we go and talk to people. We invite people to have a chat with us. So that's kind of the different angle. It's not just for technology we are here. We are here in a holistic way.
Right. So is this going to impact the experience the customers are having with DigiKey so far? In any way, is it related to customer experience?
Yes. For example, one of the recent thing we did is we partnered with a local logistic partner who makes it easy. One of the feedback we hear from the customer is they love the purchase experience, digital experience, but when it comes to customs, clearing their product from customs, it is still a big pain point. So we wanted to avoid that friction. So we partnered with a local who gives us the last mile capability, custom clearance. So now that headache is gone for the customer. So that I don't think we would have done that if not for the local presence. So we understood the real pain because we saw huge traffic. India is the second largest country visiting DigiKey.com website. Like right after the US website, DigiKey.in is the most visited website out of the 45 websites we have. But our conversion was not proportional to that visit. So we digged into it. We saw this friction point about the custom clearance because I would buy more from you if only, right? And our hands were tied, right? When it comes to customs, it's not just DigiKey, it is the government, it is the process we have to follow. So we partnered with a local logistic partner that is making it easy, and we are seeing better conversion rate because of that.
Perfect. I think DigiKey introducing a local logistics partner was really a great move. A lot of people, even I interacted with, seem to enjoy that. What more can we expect? What more is coming to India and it's being handled by India alone?
We are looking at career partners. The profile of the customer coming from India is amazing from all over the country, right? We thought it'll be directed to few big cities like Bangalore and Pune, but we are seeing traffic coming from all over the country, right? So we need to improve our last mile capability even more, right? Because cities, while the turnaround time of delivery has reduced, we still find reaching the remote parts of India is very important to us. So we are talking to the partner and the local couriers, how do we make it faster for our customers to deliver? And then the other angle is the content. What is fascinating is India, I feel, is changing from a service-oriented economy to build-oriented economy. Like we are starting to see a lot of people build it, right? Not just service what somebody else built it.
Correct.
So that build, that engineering mindset, I heard, like, I don't know, maybe you know this better, the engineering graduates coming out, it's million plus
Correct.
every
Yes.
year, right? And they have to go somewhere. So they are hungry for contributing value to the country and build something, right? So that is fascinating for us to watch. Because you would see this in newspaper, right? We are a service economy, and I always felt that that will not be able to sustain for a long time. And seeing build, of course, AI is driving some growth. Some of the tariff pressure with China is driving that growth to India. As we see more build engineers, we want to provide the right content to them. So if you look at our content strategy on our website, it's almost now tuned to the Indian market. We give digital tools. We even give cloud space for engineer to save their design. And with one click from their design, they can purchase the parts they need. So that customer experience has been our focus in addition to the logistic partner for our Indian market.
Okay, wonderful. So Ramesh, you have been handling global IT and digital strategy for DigiKey. How do you see Indian market? How is it different, Indian consumers or Indian market? How are they different from other parts of the world?
I don't say this lightly because I was born here before I went to US. It's been 25 plus years since I'm in US. So I feel a unique position to understand two market in a deep way, right? Western market and Indian market. I have to say the commitment from the talent here, the ownership culture, like, when what I see in the talent pool in India is they seem to want to own it. They don't just want to be support a project, be part of the project as a support resource. They want to own and run and make decisions, right? And that brings commitment. And when a team is committed, you see a lot more success, right? They feel part of it because the project success, any initiatives we take on, that success is personal to them, right? So that I find it unique. It's maybe it is other countries too, but I find the commitment and the ownership little on the higher side here, and the attention to detail. Strategy is great, but unless you execute on the strategy, it is of no use, right? So here, the attention to the detail on execution is world class. Because I do see, like if you look at some of the other countries, there are tendency to stay at a high level, whereas here, the talent we see can be strategic, but they roll up the sleeve and get it done as well, right? So that is unique for this market.
So this DigiKey India is going to handle only Indian operations, or are you planning to use it for global operations?
It is absolutely global. We are already super global. I was having some conversation with the local talent. The people we hire, we want them to lead a particular capability globally from here, right? I mean, one example is we have an amazing rewards and recognition program. In fact, we do it better in India than even in our US location. So we've asked that leader to take over that for the whole world. So the talent here is not going to be constrained to DigiKey India alone. So they will be seen as a global leaders, global team. And what we do will impact other portions of the company as well.
Okay. So now let's talk about the most buzzing word that we hear everywhere. It's AI. I think AI is being adapted into almost every industry, and DigiKey being one of the largest electronics component distributor. How are you leveraging AI in your IT infrastructure?
I know. It is like, there is not one conversation that goes without AI word coming into the picture. Our AI strategy is, I feel it's a little grounded strategy. I always had this buzzword, we don't call it cloud first, we called it cloud smart strategy. I use the same smart in front of AI, right? Our strategy is AI smart. So AI is not a strategy, AI is a tool, right? Because to be very honest, the business value out of AI is still a lot of hype attached to it, right?
Okay.
Ground level reality is tiny bit different. I do sometimes feel a lot of the vendors are hyping it up than users like us, right? So we saw that. So our strategy started 3 years back. Before jumping into an AI use case, we said we need to create the infrastructure for AI. So if you look at our 3 years, we didn't talk the word AI. We silently invested in the data infrastructure, API infrastructure, microservices. So, and now if you look at our architecture of AI ecosystem, it can scale up and down very easily. So we are able to move large amount of data in and out of AI learning models seamlessly without having to buy anything additional, wait for the development to complete. This year alone, we have probably deployed about 40 use cases with 30 more going to go live in the next 3 months. Okay. But these use cases are, I use the word grounded and AI smart. You will not see a flashy use cases from us.
Right.
Our focus has been, how do we make automation happen? How do we focus on customer experience and internal efficiencies, right? And which is, again, similar for many companies. But example is, we have customers from 180 countries, right? Their payment for country to country differs. So we have this large queue of how do you apply payment quickly so that the customer get released of their credit hold and buy more. We could not wait even a second for the payment to be applied. It was a manual process. So payment application is one use case where we brought in AI. Now, we still have a human in the loop, but what took us days is now seconds for us, right? Okay. So that is like, it's not a flashy use case, but it is very practical. Right. And it has definitely helped the customers, but it also helped improve our internal efficiency. Those are the cool words. Now, having said that, we do see the opportunity for future. If you ask me about the future of AI in DigiKey, I think it's going to play a huge role. And what I mean by that is, we are buying a lot of software. I do see a day where differentiating capabilities, the companies go through this pendulum of building your software to buying your software. We have swung that pendulum to the buy more. We are slowly bringing it back to build. So that means that we can get to control our destiny. When it comes to customer experience, we don't want any other third-party software vendors control our destiny. We want to control it. I do think AI is going to give us a leg up in building it faster in a quality way. So that is an interesting trend we are watching. How do we swing the pendulum back to build from buy? But don't do that blindly. What are those differentiating capability? When I talk about this to the internal team, they are excited, right? As I said, we are a very proud, commitment-built team, talent. When you tell the talent, we get to build, they get excited too. So that is another reason our retention is high, because people don't want to just implement a third-party software. They want to actually build and see that in action as well. So our AI strategy is grounded like that. I do think there is a lot more hype than reality. But the hype is, as with any new technology, it is marginal and transformational comes over a period of time. We got to stay on that track. So we are committed to stay on that track.
You just mentioned that you have tested almost 30 use cases by deploying AI. Can you tell us in which department it was? Was it in customer care or restocking or account registration? Like, where do you see AI could solve problems and where are you investing your time?
So what you see generally in the market is, I hear customer service is the largest area where AI is seeing value. We have not restricted ourselves to one department or one capability. Like, for example, when the tariff became a huge deal, so we brought AI to help with how do you help customer calculate tariff when they buy product, right? So even the boring compliance, tariff falls under our compliance thinking. People don't usually go for those kind of a logistical compliance-based use cases with AI, but we saw some efficiency improvement, and the customer were frustrated about wanting to filter product that tariff is applied, not tariff is applied.
Right.
With our 17 million SKUs we sell, sorting that out is difficult. So we used AI to sort that out, make it useful for the customer to filter them easily. We call it smart search on our website, where the parametric data the customer has to search through. We made it easy. Instead of you have to click every parametric data, now we made it natural language interface. So that is another AI use case. So you name a department, you name a capability, we have seen benefit out of that, right? Suppliers, like our inventory forecasting is another internal complexity that AI has been very useful. When you come to our warehouse where we pick, pack, ship, we have deployed AI in a very careful way to do the quality check, to have the product in the right place so that it can be picked and packed faster. So our AI use cases is all over the company. HR is seeing talent planning use cases, and so we are not restricted to just customer service, even though that is what I see as a lot of the companies are tempted. We have been grounded on not just restrict ourselves, but really have a wider perspective of AI.
Perfect. So when you're handling the global IT infrastructure for DigiKey, being one of the largest electronics component distributor, what would you say is the most challenging thing?
When you ship to 180 countries from one warehouse, it is difficult, right? Because the local sensibility, the local law, local customer behavior is different, right? But whereas you want to give a seamless experience to all the customer, right? The challenge for me is, we treat every customer equal, every order equal. But in reality, it is hard, right? For example, we don't even use the word B2C, B2B in our vocabulary.
Okay.
Even big orders get treated the same way a $1 order would go through. Now, when you want to scale, it becomes difficult, right? Because a $1 order, that is just one part that we need to do, versus a bill of material that has 100 line item. We have created a manufacturing line type concept where all orders sequentially go through. Now we are rethinking that, right? How do I get one quick pick done faster than the 100 bill of material orders, right? So the challenge is, but at the same time, the customer expect the same experience, whether I am buying one component or 100 component, right? How do you balance both extreme angle is a challenge for us, right? Yes, it is good we are shipping to 180 countries, but we want to be respectful of every country in every customer in that way. Accommodating that in a digital way in your website journey is hard. Easier said than done, right? So we have been constantly thinking about the customer journey, the personas that comes to DigiKey. How do you customize it without even they knowing we are customizing it, having them feel like it is still the same experience? That is hard. But in the current tariff world, that is creating significant challenge for us, right? The reciprocal to that. So tariff is one of the huge challenge for us. I wish we are allowed to focus on customer experience more than accommodating daily changing tariff rates and putting that into the code so that we don't make a mistake there, right? So those are some of the challenge, if that makes sense.
Right. Definitely makes sense. So what is DigiKey India's plan moving forward? What is its commitment for the Indian market?
Yeah. No, India, as I said, is not just a place for us, location for us. It is a strategic place. In DigiKey, this year we are seeing about 11% year-over-year growth. But in India, it is close to 20%, right?
Okay.
So the market here is double-digit growth. Even when the cycle was slow, we saw India market consistently double-digit growth every year, right? So that is significant for us. And then the engineering population, the build culture I touched on, that is super exciting for us. So for us, our future here is one of scale and growth. It is a growth that is going to propel our future presence in India and future growth in India.
Okay.
I feel like if we can create a scale with our DigiKey India office, we would be able to actually serve more customer from here globally as well. So we are, the key word here is scale and growth is what we've been saying as the future of DigiKey India.
Okay. Is it fair to say that DigiKey India is the next chapter for the Indian market? Like what keeps you excited about this new initiative?
Yeah. No, like next chapter, but it is for me, it is a personal. When I see, like from day one, I've been involved in building this. I see the opportunity both in the skills available, talent available, market expandability. We are even starting to source product from India. So we are in a very unique place where we source product, we sell product, we support the whole corporate from here, right? So that is kind of super exciting.
Right.
How many places you get to say that, right? Where all three legs, we are not here as an IT center. We are here as a part of the company, as I said previously. So super exciting at what is coming at us from here.
Can you touch a bit more upon that sourcing components from India? Like, do you see a growth on that as well, the number of components being sourced from India?
A lot of our manufacturing partner are looking at India differently now. Instead of servicing it from this market, manufacturing it is a real thing we are seeing from our supplier partners, right? Obviously, we depend on our strategic suppliers to source component. So when they move manufacturing, we encourage them, we help them build the infrastructure needed here out of this office as well, right? So that's how we are supporting the sourcing side of it.
Okay, perfect. So Ramesh, I am done with all my questions. Really got very exciting answers. Is there anything you would like to add up to this interview?
No, like my point is we are here to stay. We are here to grow.
Okay.
And this is no different from me sitting in our head office. I feel so proud to be part of this community and grow with the community.
Okay.
So thank you for the opportunity to message this to the local market.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you so much for
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.